What is going on, guys? John here with another review, and today I'm going to be talking about the HK Army Zero G Pod Pack. Now, I've had the HK Army Zero G Pod Pack for about 2 seasons now, and I gotta say, it's held up great. HK Army does an excellent job of branding themselves by putting HK Army everywhere, even on the inside where no one can see it. But still, I think it's really cool the way they designed it, and I love what they did with this pod pack. Now, the very first pod pack that was very similar to this was made by Bunker Kings, and I gotta say, I was super impressed with that. And HK Army kind of did a spin off of their pod pack and kind of made it their own. The Velcro on this bad boy, second to none. You're not going to need to really replace any Velcro on this. It is kind of stiff. I don't know if you can hear that, but it took a little bit for me to get used to, and it actually is broken really nicely, but it has been 2 years. I really love the minute details that they did on this thing. Having HK Army here, the rubber and everything like that. While it does nothing as far as performance goes, it does look really cool. I really like what they did with it, and it is appealing. One thing HK Army does great is really make their products look nice. One thing that's most important to me is how comfortable is it when I'm wearing it. The lumbar support on this bad boy is amazing. It is so soft and so cushiony, and it hugs your back so nicely that the pod pack really doesn't bounce around much. We've all had those pod packs that bounce around a whole bunch when you're running around, and I gotta say, it is one of the most annoying things you'll ever have to deal with in your life. And I know what some of you are wondering is, how do you go ahead and make sure that your pods stay in this pod pack? What do I have to do to make sure that they stay there? So first things first, you're gonna go ahead and lift up the lumbar support, all right? Then you're gonna go ahead and look behind the straps, and you're gonna see that there's Velcro on each one of these pod holders. So you're gonna go ahead and stick a pod into the pod holder and adjust accordingly. Make it as tight as possible. You don't want to have the chance of these things falling out when you're go ahead and playing. Now, have I had one of these? Now, have I had pods fall out before? Yes, it's because I was rushing and did not adjust accordingly. However, I have had these individual pod holders fall off. Now, what happens is you're running around constantly and this stuff is bouncing, especially if you're running around with a full load, let's say, 5 pods constantly, right? It's going to do a lot of wear and tear. It's going to start to pull on that Velcro, and eventually they're going to fall off. So what I do now is I go ahead and I adjust before I go out and play. I want to make sure that my pods are not going to fall out, because it has happened multiple times because I got lazy and I didn't adjust it. That is one thing, is that you kind of got to do some upkeep with this pod pack. You got to make sure that you adjust so that you don't lose your pods in the future. You have to do that with other pod packs? No. So that's maybe something you want to consider, is that you will have to probably adjust these accordingly. Bunker King packs and other packs, you don't need to do that. With these, you do. However, I'm not sure how long the lifespan is on those other packs, because I don't know. It's just tension, right? These, at least, it's Velcro. Can Velcro be replaced? Yes, it can. So technically, as long as this stuff holds up and it doesn't tear anywhere, this could last forever. You can easily replace Velcro. I've done it plenty of times. Now, the quality of this pack is really great. I have never had an issue with any tearing or anything like that. Unlike their past versions of pod packs where I've had tearing all the way up on one of the pod holders, and that's just unacceptable. I think that HK Army has heard our cries, per se, that their quality assurance and their quality control isn't the best. I think they've improved, personally. That is pod pack for 2 seasons. Do you see any tears or anything like that? Now, is this the lightest pod pack out there? No, it's definitely not the lightest. It's a little heavy. I think that while all this rubber and stuff looks cool, they probably could have removed all this flare and made us a nice lightweight pod pack, because that's what everyone's going for. I like that it keeps its shape, because I use these for scenarios. When I pour in a pot of paint, you could easily just stuff it back in there. But be sure to check to make sure what pod you're putting in there from the get-go, because if you had Virtue pods in before and now you're going to regular 140 pods, you're going to lose your pods. They're going to fall out. You need to adjust with these different kind of pods. So like I said, biggest, I would say, negative aspect of these pods is that you need to adjust these. Not too often, but you're going to have to adjust them. Now, the big question is, would I recommend this pod pack to you all out there watching my videos? Personally, yes, because this is my go-to pod pack. I have 5 other pod packs, from NXE to Valken to Dye. I even have a Planet Eclipse pod pack. Really, this is my go-to pod pack. Not only does it hold a whole lot of paint and it's easy to put my pods back in there, but it is so freaking comfortable. I love being comfortable out on the field. I don't care that it's a larger pod pack. That's what's most important to me, and it does its job. This Velcro is just tough. I never have it moving around on me, and that's what means the most. Well, PB Fit fam, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of this. If you guys want to see more pod pack reviews, just let me know. I can go over all my different pod packs that I have. Or if you guys don't like pod pack reviews, let me know as well. I know pod packs, pants, soft gear is not something that people really research, but I think it's most important. I think that it's often an afterthought. Most of us are focused on our guns, our hoppers, and our tanks sometimes, that we forget about the little things that really allow us to up our game and be comfortable out there while we go ahead and wreck some face. Well, hope you guys like this review. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, share it with your friends, follow me on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.